going racing.
So we are on our way to Brooklyn Raceway in Brooklyn, Iowa. And I'm still getting used to the camera, so we're not in focus hardly.
And I got Deadpool.
This is our first race of the year. We were going to bring the 4-cylinder along with too, but it's currently buried under about a foot of snow. So that's going to stay put for now. But yeah.
We're going racing.
Yeah, Brooklyn Raceway, it's a little 5th mile. I'll show you guys once we get there. But it's going to be a elbows up track all night. I watched some videos of it last night because they ran last night too. And it looks like it's a great racing surface. Didn't look like it rutted up or anything, which is impressive for spring with all the snow melting, as we can take a look here. It's still snow on the ground everywhere. We got about almost a foot, if not more, earlier in the week. So the fact that it's even melting is pretty impressive. Currently getting gas before we head out. My dad and I will be racing tonight, and we'll go from there. We're hoping for a good season, but it all starts tonight.
Hey, I'm ready for racing, that's it. So he just finished his heat lap, I believe is what it's called. Still learning the terminology. Now I'm walking back. But it's quite interesting, quite a small track. So, in my opinion, this track is huge, but at the same, or not the track itself is huge, but it's just small. And then you look at all the cars, and then you see Ryan coming towards you. Yes, it's on. Say hi, Ryan.
Howdy. You just ring me up.
I did. Go ahead.
Okay, so we just finished hot laps here in Brooklyn. The track is tiny. They advertise it as a 5th mile. I'd say it's more of an 8th mile. If you guys have ever watched anything like the Dome in St. Louis or the Chili Bowl, it makes those places look big. We're running 2nd gear with a 373, and we're chipping it going into the corner. It's going to be one hell of a race. It looks like we got about 13 or 14 cars here, which I think is more than enough to make for a good night of racing. I drew 18th, which I'm pretty sure is going to put me dead last for the heat races, which I'm perfectly fine with, because it's going to be a big learning curve for a track this small. I can't wait to get back to Beaver Dam next week, obviously, when weather pending on that one. But should be a good night.
Indeed it shall. Indeed it shall. It's cold, by the way.
It's really not. It's like 50 degrees. You're just a wimp. It's that Vegas blood in you.
Yeah, it's cold. But just my ears, not like actually anything else. But it is quite interesting. Ryan.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
But yeah, so it's a small track, but as you can see all the cars, yeah, I'll point this way. There are a lot of cars here. But not even like the good ones. I mean, they're not just all legend cars. But anyways, I gotta go. car currently because it's cold.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I do agree with her now. It is considerably colder. It's like high 30s right now. Luckily, we're like in a valley almost, so little wind, so that's at least nice. But
Yeah.
yeah.
We're waiting for the feature.
Yeah, heat races were interesting. Got into a guy in the first lap, locked up the brakes and everything, but he was already going around, and I just finished him off. Ended up 4th out of 6 cars. We only ran 6 laps, and it probably took us maybe like 30 seconds to run him, it felt like. But I drew number 2 for the redraw, so if they do a straight-up lineup, I'll be starting second, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not totally comfortable with the track yet, and I keep buzzing the tires on every single time I come off the corner, but I don't want to go to 3rd gear. So I'm just going to run it and see what happens. Hopefully, hoping for a top 10, obviously. Only 17 cars here. Preferably in the top half at least. But, I mean, it's going to be one of those survival of the fittest kind of races. So, yeah. Natalie's going to record the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I've been asked to actually record it instead of taking pictures from each of the drivers. So this ought to be interesting. If I can actually record it correctly is the main goal, I suppose. I don't think there's specifically a correct way. I'm just more worried about getting everybody fairly, because you can't quite see the whole track. I mean, yeah, it's tiny, but there's some blind spots, so you can't see the whole thing. So, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 9 divisions or something like that. And most of them have, like 8 to 10 cars, so they run them in 2 heat races, because why not? As opposed to, Beaver Dam, where if you have 10 cars, you're lucky if you get 1 heat race. So,
Yeah, so it's more of...
hurry up and wait.
Yeah, it's the waiting period of actually when will I be able to go, and not ready for that 5.5 hour drive home.
Yeah, you see, they're smart over there with the motorhome. They're all camping out with the heat on.
Cheaters.
Yeah, exactly. So
Cheaters. All of them. Cheaters.
Well, that was an interesting race to say the least. The track is a blast. Top and bottom grooves are actually working really well, especially once I figured out the top. It was great until 95 chopped me. And I just went around. Next time I'm probably, I should try and lift. It probably would have been okay. In fact, I'm sure the bumper's probably all bent in or whatever, but surprisingly it's actually not that bad. But yeah, it was a fun race. Dad got ran off the track. I'm sure we have video of that too. So yeah, 17 cars on a 5th-mile track certainly is an exciting time. I ran top 5 for most of it, and yeah, we'll get next time. Hopefully we'll do better at Beaver Dam on Saturday. Now we got to figure out how we're gonna get all these tires home.
can't see it.
Yeah.
It's so dark, but
we can load the cars up there in one piece.
yeah, well, the thing is, I'm never videotaping a race again.
Well, not the whole thing. Still gotta get some stuff for this.
Never videotaping again. I missed everything. All of a sudden people disappeared. I didn't know what happened. It's just, was I even here? No. That's how it felt. You're not funny.
Yeah, I know.
Not funny at all. Stopping at the gas station, but this is what happens when you have to get tires at the same time. You have that one. The car's full. Not to mention Dan's is full too. And there's still tires in the truck. Say hi to Ryan. Alright. But yeah, there's tires in the truck too. But yeah, gas station. Yay! Bathroom time. Bathroom time.